Hi and welcome to this video where we're going to talk about yoga blocks. If you already have them, then go grab them now. If you don't have any, you can maybe grab a big book or something that just assimilates the blocks, or you can also just watch. I want to explain to you what they are good for. I want to show you a few poses in which the blocks are just really helpful, and they are, in my opinion, the best tool ever. If you are serious about your yoga practice, you should definitely get them. They are also so cheap, you can just order them on Amazon. I'll try to put a link down below, but you can also just Google yoga blocks and get some. And let's get started right away with the first pose I want to show you, which is one of my absolute favorites. It's a passive heart opener that's perfect to do when you spend the whole day seated and rounding the spine, to do after a long day in the evening. And we have a few options here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to place the block underneath the upper spine, so right where we have most of the rounding in the spine. And we can do that. I want to show you the easiest option first, bringing both blocks on the flattest setting with one block underneath the upper spine. So you have to try this out for yourself, what the right adjustment here is. So one block under the upper spine and the other block underneath the head. And this is very soft, very gentle. You can just lie like this. And to make it a bit more intense, you can place the block a little bit higher, so on the medium setting, and bring it right where your, for women, where your bra strap would be. And again, maybe using the other block underneath your head, or you can also remove that block and just letting the head drop towards the mat. And yeah, this is of course a bit more intense, but we can go even deeper by bringing both blocks underneath the upper spine. So one block on the flattest setting and then one on the medium. So making a little tower here, and then again taking a moment to feel it out where you want to place it. So we want to have it right at that upper spine curve, and from there just letting the head drop back, maybe reaching the arms above the head, grabbing opposite elbows and relaxing into that heart opener. And if this is the very first time that you try it, it can be super intense and very uncomfortable. But the more you do this, the easier it will get, and just the more natural it will feel, and it just really has a tremendous effect onto the upper spine, onto the whole shape of your spine, your posture. And I'll show you the last option here, which is very intense. I have to think, yeah, like this. So this is the highest that we can do with the blocks here. Trying again to set it up. Not that easy. Maybe the hips don't even touch the floor anymore here. And reaching the arms up and over. And just relaxing everything here, finding that gentle opening in the arms, the shoulders. And it just feels really nice, but yeah, can also feel a bit intense in the beginning. Good. So then I want to show you where I also think the blocks are just really essential. So an absolute must, no matter how flexible you are, in the half split. So half split, we have one leg forward, the right hip is on top of the knee. And what I see so often, and if you do my classes, you also know it, I always cue this, that we never ever want to do this. And I really see it a lot, that we just round the spine in order to go deep here, but we never ever want to compromise a long spine for depth. Because what happens here is that we just round the spine, put so much pressure onto the lower back, and create back pain. So instead, what we want to do is that we bring the blocks by our sides. And of course, you can also do this with furniture or holding onto the hips, but I just think the blocks here are really amazing, because then what we can do is that when we fold deeper with a long spine, we can also lower the blocks, maybe even bringing the forearms down onto the blocks, and maybe you can bring the forearms all the way down into the mat, but that's the only option where you're allowed to do it without the blocks. Otherwise, I just really think it's so great, because we always want to keep the length in the spine. And then the next thing, which is kind of like a variation to go a little bit deeper into the hip flexors. Also one of my favorites is to bring one block underneath one knee and stepping the other foot forward, so that we are in a low lunge with a block underneath one knee. And that just elevates the knee to make the hip sink down even deeper, like it just intensifies it a lot. And from there, maybe leaning back and really melting that hip down. You can try this. And another option here is to place the block underneath the front foot. And maybe one block is enough here, but you also have the option to put 2 blocks to make it even more intense. And it's just so fun with the blocks. You can do so many variations and just really adjust it to your needs. And from there, melting the hips forward and down. Good. Now, a few standing poses that I want to show you where the blocks are also just really, really nice. Is one of them is the extended side angle. So the pose where we have the feet in a warrior 2 stance, left foot 90 degree, heel in one line with the left arch of the foot, and we reach the left arm up and over, right forearm onto the right thigh. And the full version here is to bring the right palm down, and that's just sometimes for a lot of people a bit hard, so they tend to round forward. So here, placing the block underneath the palm is amazing. So what the block basically does is that it brings the ground closer towards us, which is so cool. And another one here is the half moon pose. There I want to show you the difference between using a block and not using a block. So this is our half moon, where we're on one leg, fingertips down, and the other arm is up. And now if I have the hand down, I'm really not in a straight line. Instead of having the hand here on my block, you see I'm much straighter now. We always want to find long lines in our poses to have the right alignment. You could potentially do it without the block, but then you would have to hover the fingertips, and it's just, very intense. Good. Okay. And I have one last pose that I want to show you, which is also one of my favorites, a lot of favorites today. That's the easy leg up the wall, easy legs up the wall, where we lie all the way down, and basically you can, you would lift your legs against a wall, but if you don't have a wall close by, or if you want to try something else, this is so amazing to place the block underneath the hips, the sacrum, and from there lifting the legs up towards the ceiling, just relaxing the arms. This is such a passive pose that's so relaxing for the whole nervous system. Really helps to calm down, and amazing to do at night. And the thing is, you don't have to really engage anything here, because the block helps us to keep the hips and the legs up. So that's just really nice. So I hope if you didn't get any blocks yet, I convinced you to get them. And in my classes so far, I haven't really integrated them a lot, because I just assume that a lot of people just don't have yoga blocks. But I want to try to put them a bit more into my classes, because I just think they help to really deepen the practice so much and really assist, so that we stay in the right alignment and don't do anything wrong where we injure the body, or where it's just not good. So let me know if you have any more questions, if you want to see more videos like this one, where it's more like an explain video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Maybe you have time right now, then try any of my videos. There is actually now one video where I'm using the block, or I think only one block, and that's this one, so you can try it out. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope I'll see you around. Lots of love. Bye bye.